Hello, my name is Kiara and I am a full-time entrepreneur. I would just love to share with you guys the pros of owning your own small business. I have owned my own business for over 10 years and I've never been employed in my entire life. I've never filled out a job application, which is not something to be applauded, but it's just kind of the route which I have taken and I have managed to get by. I have been successful in some ways. I've also had bad times, but today I'm going to be focusing on the pros of owning your own business because I would just love to share with you what it is like and what you need to watch out for. Number one is independence. When you're a business owner, you do not have to report to anybody, which can be very liberating. But I have to say that it is also very risky if you are just on your own. No business is perfect and no business owner is as well. So that means that you will obviously make mistakes. These will not be mistakes which you can just apologize for and then move on. These mistakes will cost you a lot of money and you just need to be sure that you are willing to take that responsibility. You have to really be on your top game to kind of be on top of everything and make everything work in that sense, especially if you own your own business just by yourself. And if you're an introvert like me, working in an office environment is probably the scariest thing I could think of. But I would obviously make it work if it had to be, but I do not have that problem at the moment. So number two would have to be flexibility. When you work for yourself, you can make your own work hours. For me, for instance, I do tend to sleep in. I'm not a morning person, nor do I strive to be. But I get up at about 9-10 a.m. in the morning and then I start my workday at around 11. When it comes to self-employment, you do have to be very structured. You cannot just live into the day and just expect to work 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours a day. You really have to take it seriously as a normal job. I do tend to work though until about 8 or 9 in the evening. I'm always on my computer and working on a couple of things and it always is a different vibe every single day. When it comes to holidays, what no one told me before I started my first business was that you don't really ever learn to shut off, which I don't think is a very negative thing because I know a lot of people who do work for companies who are always on the phone the whole time. I'm not that extreme, but I do tend to check my business definitely once or twice a day. Even when I'm on holiday, I'm writing emails, very, very minuscule things, but you never really fully turn off. I don't think that is bad just because I'm kind of wired that way. I know some people can just turn their phone and practically never see it for a whole week or two. I'm not that person because I obviously can't be. Maybe in the future, if I do get even more successful, I will be able to take more time off my day, but I do actually enjoy it because I think I'm relatively young when it comes to this and I feel as if I can slow down a bit later in life, but I do still have more time. Third reason I love entrepreneurship is definitely passion and creativity. When I have my own business, I obviously can creative direct this business. I can run it the way I want to. And that kind of makes it a very, very fun environment to be around. Obviously, it gets more fun the more successful you become. The creativity and passion, no one else can replicate. What I think is quite interesting, and I've talked with a lot of people who are employed who think this way. And when you are employed at a company, obviously you do work hard in the sense of you do your quota of what you need to do. If someone had their own business, it lives and thrives through you. So you're responsible for its success. You can never make anyone be as interested in your project than the person who has founded it. So that's kind of the mentality which I have with self-employment and being employed. As I said, it is very different for everyone. In life, a lot of people do tend to push this whole self-employment thing on people, being a girl boss, being the boss of your own business, having side hustles. And I don't think that has to be. I always tell people that there is a place for everyone in this world. People need to also be employed. Not everyone can be self-employed because that's not how the world works. That's obviously something which I think is very, very important to note. So all in all, owning your own business can be fun and rewarding, but it does always come with the specific risk of losing your business if you aren't successful. I think that when you do have your business, definitely make the most out of it because it will be a time where you get to learn to know yourself. It gets to know yourself as a business person, and that definitely will make you stronger for any further ventures which you're looking into getting. I know a lot of people do start side hustles and they kind of just let it slide because they have an option to earn money and they aren't dependent on that. Most people, they do then tend to stay with their normal job because they just don't see the benefits, and it can take time for your business to take off. So by the time you your business might have started being profitable, you're already back in your normal job and no more putting any focus onto that side hustle. What I think most people should do, and that is definitely what I did, because I didn't really have a choice. If you do have a main job, but you're looking at a side hustle, definitely take a lot of time to work on your side hustle and treat it very, very seriously as if it were also your main job. Obviously, you do not have to work the same amount of time when it comes to that, but I do think that you do have to treat it as if it were super, super, super important to you, because if you do let it slide, it's just gonna not benefit yourself at all. So feel free to let me know your side hustles and or your self-employment journey if you have one, or if you're thinking about becoming self-employed, and I would love to do a video on the other side, obviously. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.